This is a Minecraft chicken, but can I get 1,000,000 of them in hardcore Minecraft? This turned out to be way harder than I expected, but everything started off by chopping a tree. I then got some stone tools. Stone tools acquired. I really have to find chickens, but let's get some food first. When exploring some more of the world, I stumbled upon this village. Obviously, the first thing I did there was killing the iron golem. This village is pretty nice though, if you ignore that burning house. Then it was finally time to set up my base and I proceeded to sleep through my first night. The next day I spotted some chickens nearby. You guys will be my first chickens. I led the chickens into the village and started building them a home. And soon enough the chicken coop was finished. Let's start breeding them to get more chickens. I was doing some pretty good progress, but the thing is, I really needed a lot more chickens. So I started breaking down this whole village house, which took me a really long time. But when I was finished, the chicken coop had space for some more chickens. Bro, get out of my bed, what are you doing? I guess you can... No! I have to make a third bed for me. These villagers were kind of annoying me, so I decided to build a breeding hole where I could trap them. But building this took a bit longer than I expected, and from the outside it looked really ugly.
Oh, hell no, man, what the fuck?
But don't worry, because then I made it look 10 times better. Yeah, my building skills aren't the best. I then managed to trap a villager, and after a bit of time I actually managed to get him into the hole. But when trying to get out, the villager escaped with me. Nah, that's it, I'm just killing you. I then got another villager inside and stole the beds from all the village houses so I could place all of them inside of the villager breeder. And after finishing the build, it was time to get all of the villagers inside. And I trapped all of them one by one. Also, you might wonder how I got these iron tools, since I didn't go mining. The thing is, iron golems always respawn in villages, so I can just repeatedly kill them for free iron. Anyways, I then trapped the last 2 villagers. Why do boats have to be this slow? Finally, this guy's the last one. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do I even need these guys? Well, the thing is, I want to keep on breeding my chickens so that the number of chickens will always increase. And to get 1,000,000 chickens, I would need 2,000,000 seeds, which I really don't have right now. So my plan is to make a seed farm. No, not one like that, a redstone seed farm. And I can get that redstone from this villager. Now I only need a fletching table. Let's breed the chickens real quick. This is coming along really well. After mining some gravel for flint, I crafted the fletching tables and turned villagers into fletchers. Then it was just a matter of planting trees all over the village. What are you still doing here, man? I guess I forgot about one villager, but after successfully trapping him, this happened.
What's up, bitch?
No! Through the hole at the top, a zombie was able to enter my villager breeder. But luckily, I killed him before he could attack any villagers. And I made sure to patch up the hole so something like this wouldn't happen again. I guess there are 2 golems now. And I do need iron for my farm, so this is quite nice. After breeding my chickens again, I went on to chop down the trees I planted the day before. I also needed string for the farm, so I killed some spiders. Yo, this guy's dripped out. I think if I kill him, I'll have enough. No! That was so unexpected. The next day, I went to the villagers to trade sticks for emeralds. And after mining some more wood and then trading some more, I had enough emeralds for redstone. I have half of the redstone I need. So back to mining trees. Alright, that should be enough. So now I can just craft all the things I need to build the farm. This should be everything that we need for the farm. I think I'm gonna build the farm right over there. So we need to make this area flat first. I think this will take a bit longer than I thought. Mining out this entire area did take me pretty long, to say the least. And just when I thought I was finished, I realized that the area was not big enough, so I had to expand it even more. Alright, I think this is enough space for the farm. So let's actually start building now. Just like that. Then here I'm gonna have a row of blocks. Okay, I need 4 more of these dirt platforms. Normally, I'm not that much of a builder, but in this case, I found a YouTube tutorial for the farm which I could follow. I really hope a creeper doesn't just blow up this farm. After finishing all the dirt platforms, it was time to make a cobblestone outline all around the farm, which didn't actually take too long. Alright, so now that we have the basic structure, let's start actually setting up the redstone. Let's place down the dispensers, put a water bucket in each one, and place the redstone on top, Everything was going pretty well, even though I had to make some modifications to the farm. But maybe everything was going a bit too well. No! Why did a freaking raid just spawn in? For some reason, a group of pillagers just spawned outside my farm. The thing is, I can't even kill them or I'll start a raid. I was a bit worried because the farm was quite close to the village. But since the pillagers didn't actually attack me, I just decided to ignore them. And I just continued on building my farm. And let's place water right here and right here. I really hope those guys don't attack my villagers.
A few moments later.
Whoa, guys! What are you doing on my farm? At this point, I had no choice but to kill all of the pillagers, even the pillager captain. I then got the bad omen effect, but luckily I was able to find a cow. At this point, I didn't breed my chickens in a very long time, so if I wanted to get even close to 1,000,000 chickens, I would really need to hurry up on the farm. But then I kind of messed up the whole redstone circuit, and I realized I really messed up the whole farm, so I had to fix everything again and completely improvise on the redstone.
10 hours later.
Alright, let's see if this works now. Let's go! The water is actually flowing down. After what felt like ages, I was finally able to get this farm to work. I know it looks pretty ugly, but what's important is that it actually works. So now all that's left to do is hoeing everything, just so everything turns into farmland. After I turned everything into farmland, it was just a matter of planting all the seeds I had. And now we just need to wait for them to grow. But instead of just standing there waiting for the crops to grow, I had a better idea. Now, the thing is, my base still looks kind of ugly right now. So I want to build like a giant chicken for my base. But for that I need concrete, so I need to get a lot of sand and gravel. I then found out you could mine sand and gravel way faster if you use torches. So I could get these blocks more efficiently. Alright, so I have about 3 stacks of sand and 1 stack of gravel, but that's not nearly enough, so I have to mine for some more. Because it was oftentimes underwater, getting gravel was kind of a struggle. But while mining for gravel, I discovered a cave under the water. Yo, there's a really nice cave in here. And this massive cave was not only a great source of gravel, which I made sure to get a lot of, but I was also able to get some more coal and iron. Oh my god, that creeper just scared me. And in this cave, I was able to find a total of 9 diamonds. I then returned to the surface to put all the gravel in the chest. But while just casually getting some more sand, this happened. No way, bro. There's another village right there. Obviously, I had to check out this village. How are you doing? I'm just here to rob all your resources. I really took everything I could from this village. Even the wood from the village houses. And with a boat, I also took one of the villagers there, all the way into my village. I think now I actually have enough clay and sand. I then made some diamond tools, and because the crops on the farm grew, I could actually activate it for the first time. And with the seeds I got, I could finally breed my chickens again. I'd say I already have around 100 chickens, but with the farm, everything's gonna go way faster now. I then got an armorsmith villager for trading diamond armor, so I had to trade sticks for emeralds again. The only problem was that I didn't have enough trees. But luckily I was able to find spruce trees nearby. So now I could just grow out these massive trees and easily mine them for a lot of wood. That tree alone brought me like 1 stack of wood. And now I can go trading again. No! What the heck? When did these guys get all zombified? For some reason all the villagers were zombified, and to this day I have no idea why. Sadly I had no choice but to kill them all. Man, now I don't have any villagers left. Now I have to bring all of them from the other village. One by one, I brought all of the villagers into my breeding hall. This took me a really long time because the villagers didn't really cooperate. Where the heck is this guy going? I also couldn't forget about my chickens, so I threw all of the eggs down to get some more. But after a while, I got enough villagers, so all that was left to do was resetting their trades. Alright, so now all of them trade sticks. And after a while of trading, and also breeding some of my chickens once again, I finally mined enough wood to be able to afford diamond armor. I do need some more villagers though, so I'm ahead to the other village. And after successfully getting some more villagers into the breeder, I could finally buy diamond armor. So now I have half diamond armor, that's really nice. I then went on a mining trip where I found some diamonds for the rest of the armor. However, I also had to kill a lot of skeletons since I needed their bones for white dye, which I would need to start building my base. But not everything went according to plan. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. At this point, I was incredibly close to dying, which would mean losing my world forever. I need to get out of here. Bro, luckily I had those golden apples. After this near-death experience, I finally got enough skeletons for 1 stack of bones. So after flattening out a big enough area, I could finally start building. So I think this surface we have right here is big enough. I started off by building the first leg of my chicken base. Wait a second, I just realized we can make it empty in the inside. With this change, I could save a lot of blocks, and the first leg was done in no time. Then I just had to repeat everything on the second leg. And soon enough, both of the legs were finished. Now we can start actually building the body of the chicken. Just like that. Now I just needed to expand the platform a bit and scale up walls on the side. The only annoying thing when building was that you always had to dry out the concrete and then mine it all out. But after not too long, the chicken body was finished. And that should be it. So now we should start building the head. I was doing some pretty good progress on building the chicken's head. So after fixing some stuff real quick and giving my chicken some wings, my chicken base was finally finished. So all that was left to do was getting all of my stuff inside of the base. Now the base is actually finished. So now I could finally focus on my chickens again. So I started breeding all of my chickens. I can just straight up throw eggs non-stop at this point. Wait a second, what if you could just automate this egg throwing process? Yup, you can actually build an automatic chicken farm using redstone. But to start building, I first needed to get some iron, trade with some villagers, get some more iron, mine a lot of trees to get some building blocks, and I even had to build a nether portal and go into the nether for the very first time to get some soul sand and some nether quartz. But then I could just craft everything I needed. So after getting some more stone, I could finally start building the farm. I started off by building this massive wood platform where all the eggs would be collected. But because I made the platform pretty big, it took me a really long time to finish it. Then I set up a water system that would collect all of the eggs. And using soul sand and the cobblestone I mined before, I made a bubble elevator to transport the eggs upwards. Then I made another water system on top and expanded it to wrap all around the farm. And once I was finished with the entire water system, I started building the coop for my chickens. First up, I had to wrap wood planks all the way around the farm, which was actually fairly easy to do. I then set up the dispensers and all the redstone that were required for this farm to start working. Alright, that should be all the redstone. But then came the hard part, filling out the entire farm with signs. Wait a second, I think this sign is telling you something. I think it says you should subscribe to the channel. Placing down these signs was pretty annoying, so I was very happy when I was finished with them. That should be it, perfect. So now we just need to put water like all over these signs. Once I was actually done with placing water over the entire farm and securing the farm with some fences, I just needed to get some chickens inside of the farm. It got a bit chaotic because a lot of my chickens escaped. And then this happened. No! So I had to fix some parts of my farm. But after that, I could finally activate the farm. And here's how it worked. The chickens floating around in the water will lay some eggs that will then all be collected and transported by this water system and brought all the way up this elevator. Then they would go inside of the dispensers and then be thrown against the wall where some new chickens would hatch. So my chicken population would automatically increase this way. So at this point, all that was left for me to do was go AFK. And when I came back a few hours later, I would see this. No way! There are so many of them! This is just insane at this point! Look at all these chickens right here. After hours upon hours of grinding, I finally got thousands of chickens. And it was only now that I realized how many things I actually achieved in this world. And everything began with breaking a single piece of wood. Shout out to my channel members Zoe and Merton, and I'll see you guys next time.